my screen up so you can see me. There we go. And I don't know why that is not bigger. Let me get this figured out here. There we go. Look, we got this figured out. Guys, welcome. Excited to chat with you. Excited to be able to run through some of the big things that are going on in real estate, in general, in life. It's Christmas season. It's the end of the year. There's so much to go over, and I can't wait to help you guys dive in and change your businesses with this. Because in reality, if you're not changing your business right now, you're going to be behind. You should already be working on 2026, and you should already have deals in the pipeline for January so you don't come out behind. Most real estate agents are really struggling. And I've been working with a lot of my coaching clients over the last month going through just year-end review. And people are baffled with things they have never thought of that they should have known, of holes in their businesses. You guys are CEOs of your business. So please comment below. Fabian, dude, it's so good to finally see you again. Fabian's been killing it down in Arizona. But guys, you need to see your year-end reviews. And this is where you're going to know how to dial in. I've had countless coaching clients of mine say, Dwayne, this hour and a half each week for the last 4 weeks has been worth the whole coaching program. I'm going to highlight just some of the bullet point items that you should be looking at as a CEO of a multi-million-dollar business. Because in reality, you guys, that's what you're running. You guys are running a multi-million business. You are the owner, and you need to be dialed in and going hard to make sure your business is running effectively. So the first question I'm going to ask you guys is about lead generation. How many total leads did you generate in 2025? Now you need to break this down. You need to know exactly how many leads you generated. You also should break it down by where they came from. Was it door knocking? Was it cold calling? Was it social media? Was it referrals? Was it any other revenue source? Was it meeting people out there at the club, at the bar, at church? Where are you meeting people that you're connecting and getting deals from? Now, also, out of that, how many people do you think you could go through and target this and say, do I have this exact number? A lot of my coaching clients couldn't. I wish I had dialed in better. I wish I would have watched my numbers closer, but they didn't have it dialed down. Next thing I'm going to say is, which source produced the highest quality lead and gave you the highest closing ratio? That's important. Was there a lot of people out there that says, oh yeah, I'm a lead. I want to convert. I want to talk to you. I want to buy a house. I want to sell my house. But then they never did anything. How many appointments fell through? We should be tracking all of these things. So before the new year starts, you should be eagerly engaged in going through each of these steps, finding out where every lead comes from, tracking it on a weekly basis, finding out what is working, what is not working. Because guys, if you're doing stuff that's not working, you're going to fail. And there are many agents failing right now in the business because either they're not doing what works, they're not finding out what works, they're not working, or they're not tracking it to be successful. Number 2, you need to know your return on your investment. Now, a lot of people, when I say that, as I was talking to my agents in our coaching program, they're like, Dwayne, what do you mean by return on investment? They're thinking dollar amounts. Well, it really didn't cost me anything to knock doors. They're thinking, cold calling. I pay for a dialer. I got Mojo. I pay for this company to send me all the leads that I dial into Mojo. I pay for a dialer of different sort. I've got all these other leads that are coming in for unrepresented buyers, for sell by owners. As you can tell, I don't do cold calling, so I'm blowing smoke out of all these things I'm bringing up. There's a lot of cost to this. I'm like, no, I don't care about the dollar amounts. What I care about is time. Return on investment is time. Where are you spending your time? Austin Snar, welcome, brother. Where are you spending your time? Time is your biggest investment that you're going to invest into your business, because your time is where your money maker is. When you're converting, when you're talking to people, that's when you're converting. So for 2026, I want every person tracking their time. How many contacts did you make? Keep track of it. Where did they come from? How much time did you put in to get those contacts? Then you're going to quantify that every week so that you know what your dollar amount is worth. Now, I've got agents still to this day that are doing paperwork. And I'm like, that's a $25 an hour job. If you were tracking your numbers, you would know you're making $450, $500 an hour. Why are you doing a $25 an hour job then? So know your ROI. That's number 2. Number 3, what's your closing rate? How do you track your closing rate? You got to know how many people you're meeting with. You got to know how many people you're connecting with to set appointments with. You got to know how many of those people, when you meet with them, you close. Compare. How did that look in 2024? How did that look in 2025? Where are my weak points? What were the people's names? What were the problems they had? And why did I not close them if it didn't happen? The best way to become your very best self is to find out your weaknesses. The only way you're going to find out your weaknesses in closing and your transaction values is to know where you're spending your time, your effort, what you're saying, how you're saying it, and then perfect it. It happens time and time and time again. You also should know your average transaction value. You also should know your commission rates. Did you charge a 3%? All of this should be tracked. As you go back through your year in review, every detail of this should be tracked. If you're not tracking it, repent. Say, I'm sorry, business that I run and that I'm the CEO of. Start fresh in 2026, tracking every one of these details. You cannot be a smart decision maker and run a multi-million-dollar business without tracking every detail. And then getting better at weak points. So if you charged a bunch of 2.5% commissions, find out why. What was the situation? Take notes. Go back to recordings. Are you recording? Guys, it's so easy with AI now to record everything and have a transcript of what's going on. Notion AI has become a huge asset for real D2D. A lot of my agents have it. They record our role play groups. They record the coaching sessions. They're recording themselves on doors. And it gives a full transcript of everything you're saying. So then you can go back and go, okay, I didn't close this one. Stephanie and John were hard. They wanted me to do a 2% commission. I didn't do it. I missed it. What steps did I miss to provide value? Go back and look at your transcript. Save it. That should go in an archive to where we can go back at the end of the year and go through these. And it shouldn't even be the end of the year. Go back every couple of months. Go to your coach. Dwayne, here's what I'm struggling. Here's the archive of my transcript. Here's what I said. What should I change? Why am I not closing? Guys, that's going to up your percentage a ton moving forward. Okay, number 4. And there's 20 of these guys. Number 4, are you tracking your objections? What objections are you getting? So funny, I ask a lot of the people in the coaching program once again, hey, what was your biggest objection? Guess what I heard? Oh, market. I was like, great. So how did you overcome the market question? Well, I'm not sure. I was like, cool. What part of the market question did you get? Was it interest rates? Was the economy going to crash? Was it our economy's not stable? Was it you're worried about your job in our economy? Was it you don't feel like you can sell your house for enough? And I just started hitting people left and right with market questions. Which one of these objections did you struggle with the most? And the majority of the agents I'm working with did not have that dialed in. Do you have other objections that you're hitting a high percentage on? What are you going to do to make sure you have them dialed in so when that objection comes in, you smack it out of the park every time? So that's another thing you should be tracking for 2026. You should know your objections, what percentage of objections you're getting. Track it on an app, track it through an Excel spreadsheet, track it with Siri. But you should be tracking all these details because you can't win if you don't keep score. Number 5, what's your brand look like? What does your online presence look like? Red Suit, talk about brand. I'm so glad that he just showed up. If you guys are not following Red Suit Realtor, go find him right now on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. This guy has a brand. I went to a college basketball game with Red Suit it was one of the March Madness games. We were in Kentucky doing some training. The dude shows up in a red suit and he is branded. Everybody knows the Red Suit Realtor. So if your brand isn't growing, if you're not becoming the door-to-door realtor, if you're not becoming that person that you need to be so people know who you are, we're missing the boat. You should be known on social media for how many deals you're closing, how you're closing them. Don't just be that stagnant agent that I closed a couple of people this week. Build that brand of what you do different. I can tell you, as soon as you go to Red Suit's page, you're going to see that he's a fix and flipper. He's got countless homes under contract, and Red Suit Realtor is a fix and flipping machine all over the United States. Build that brand. If you're a door knocker, be that door knocker. If you're going to be a social media star, go find Paige Steckling. Find Tessa Bella. These are your social media icons. Go find them. Soon as you open their page, you know, are you building a brand? Did you build one in 2025? What do you need to work on for 2026? Okay, number 6, how many closings did you get by referral? And how much client retention success did you have? How did you have it? How much money did you spend on retaining your clients? These are all things you should be tracking. Because if you're not giving back to your clients, if you're not staying in touch with them, you're going to learn a hard lesson that you're not going to have that business 10 years from now. It's not going to just keep calling you and going, oh yeah, I'm sure you're killing it in real estate. So make sure that you're finding a repeat and referral program that works for you, that you continue to build it as you prospect your guts out day in, day out. Got to track it. Are you doing client events every month? If you are, what was the retention? How many deals did you get? How many people are coming back every month? Guys, all of this is so easy to be tracked. And if you're too busy for that, there's VAs. Hire someone out of the Philippines. Hire someone from India or Colombia. They're cheap and they do great work. And it's an awesome way to change their lives financially. Number 7, CRM managements. What leads did you use? And how did you track all of your lead stuff? What CRMs work? What was effective in your CRM? How did you follow your conversions, your follow-ups, your revenue? What gaps did you have? Guys, I'm spending about an hour on 2 to 3 of these with each coaching client, diving deep into their business. And it's taken us weeks to go through all of these to make sure they're prepped, that their machines are running super well going into next year. They're tracking and they're improving each and every year. Next, number 8, time management. Where did you waste time? Are you tracking your productivity? And guarantee if you went back the last week, go into the week of the 5th and say, okay, where did I spend my time? How much it was on prospecting? How many leads did I generate? How many people did I talk to that were possibilities? Who needs to go into a follow-up system? How much time did I spend on social media? And how much wasted time did you have? I can almost guarantee you more than 65% of your time when you were considered at work was not work. It was simply you being there. When you're there, remember, your moneymaker is your mouth. Your moneymaker is you prospecting. Your moneymaker is you getting in front of people, closing deals. So guys, you got to keep going hard on this. You got to make sure your time is so effective. That's your biggest ROI. Okay, what's your total revenue year over year? What did you finish with? How strong did you finish in 2025? Did you hit your goals? If you didn't, what were you missing? Why? How come? What do we got to fix? So you've got to make sure, you guys, you're hitting your revenue goals. And if your revenue goal was to make $1 million, but you spent $600,000 on leads, you just missed the boat by a long ways. So how do you generate those leads without paying somebody? How do you build a big business where you're netting the amount of money you need to meet? What holes in your business could you sharpen? Are there people out there that can do as good a job and cheaper? Things to look at. Okay, number 10. What major business expenses do you have? Marketing, technology, training, leads? Guys, all of those things should be tracked. And every one of those things You need to see if they're viable in your business. Now, marketing, you should be marketing. Technology, you should be investing heavily in AI and all of the other things that are out there. So there's tons of things. John, the man, miss you, brother. There's tons of things out there that you should be tracking as far as technology with AI. Training, you should be reading book after book after book. The book of the month for us right now is Go Giver. Incredible book. But you should be reading books. You should be paying for training. And if you're missing all of these steps, you're not investing back into your business, and your business will spiral downward. I guarantee you, you have to invest, you have to keep up, and you have to grow your business to a new level. Number 11, what training programs did you attend? This is part of the training part, and I built a whole second category for this. Did you invest in 2025? What value did you pull from that? How much are you using it? Because guys, guess what? You can get trained till you're blue in the face, but if you don't go out and do what you're supposed to do, you will not find the success you're supposed to find. I'm going to tell you, from the coaching program that I run, I've got quite a few people in my coaching program. I see a lot of agents that I tell them, do this, do this, do this, and they don't. But when they go out and actually do it, as if their life depends on it, as if they have to complete it, they win and they hit big numbers. So Saad Tai, I'm going to have him on the show here. So get ready for that over this next week. But Saad, in the last 2 months, has ramped up to over 20 under contract. He's made a commitment to me right now that by March 1st, he'll have 25 more under contract. We've had multiple agents get out and start putting deal under contract every week by simply following the steps that they're being coached to do. What I see more often than not is people find an excuse of why they're not successful. So I'm going to tell you, when you tie into your training and your development in the investment of yourself, you have to do what you're learning. If you're reading a book, apply what you're learning out of it. Don't just read it and go, oh, that's a good thought. And then don't try to apply so many things at once that you don't succeed at any of them. Many people do that. So pull that training out. Have someone hold you accountable. Fix the things you're not doing right and do them 110% right. And you're going to win. You should be 4Xing your return. So for coaching, my new coaching program that I'm doing this year is $1,500 a month. But guess what, guys? That means it is $15,000 for your coaching. But the cool thing is, you got to sell 1 to 2 houses in most market. With this new coaching program, I fly out to your area and spend a day with you in your neighborhood, knocking with your neighbors, helping you understand the market, helping you understand your business. And I only have so much time, so that those slots are going to fill up. So if you're interested in getting to that program, there's a lot of perks to that. Jump on my website. But guys, I will spend that time with you, but you have to apply it after I leave. And I can guarantee you, I can get you a 4X return. You got to make $60,000 by being in that program. Now, there's no way in heck that I can't put you well over the $200,000, $300,000 mark. So, guys, next one, number 12, confidence. What fears or limiting beliefs did you have in 2005? What things kept you from hitting the number you wanted to hit? Finishing your vision board, and this is going to be something we're going to talk about in a future show, but you should have your vision boards dialed in for 2026. But what was it? What are some of the things that kept you from going to that next level? A lot of people that I work with on the coaching side, they're saying, man, it was the fact that I felt like the market sucked and there wasn't a good market. And that's all I was hearing. And listings weren't selling. Guys, those were limiting beliefs that kept you from producing. Can't do it. And you've got to recognize what limiting beliefs you're having because you're tracking them, and then change the process. Number 13, what teams are you leveraging? What systems are you leveraging? How are you building bigger, faster, stronger? And if you're not leveraging, you're not going to be able to hit your full potential. You should be leveraging a lot in your business. And that's even down to systems you're building to help you leverage what you need to work on. Number 14, your follow-up system and lead conversion. What's your analysis? Did you track it? What was followed up and by who? How did they follow up? Is email the best way to follow up? Is text the best way to follow up? Is client event the best way to follow up? How many follow-ups did you need to do? And what was your conversion rate? So guys, got to track it. Once again, this is a year-end review audit. If you guys want this, I will send you this whole packet and you can go through it. You can do it on your own. You can hold yourself accountable. Just type in the comments on whatever platform you're on, or better yet, text me 801-243-4544. Just text me the word or comment below year-end review, and I'll get it out to you. Okay, next. Listing agent versus buyer agent performance breakdown. So how many listings did you take? How many buyer sides did you handle? Which one converted the best? How much money did you make? How many double sides did you get where you took the buy and the sell? How do you find more of those? What was your average list price? What was your negotiations? This is something you need to know. If you took a listing, how often did you sell it at price or above price or below value? Track that, because then you can use that in listing presentations. Buyers, when you went in and put in an offer on a home for a client, how often did you negotiate that price down below list price? Use those numbers when you meet with clients. Over last year, I sold $18 million in real estate. I averaged about a $37,000 price reduction for every buyer that I met with. And out of those 18 million in volume, I was able to get 75% of them to have the seller pay the buyer's closing costs. Have these numbers, and you will never have them if you don't track them. Guys, we're at the start of the year. Now is the time you got to track all this stuff. How many of you guys can honestly say, raise your hand, put I in the comments, that you're tracking every one of these things? Dan, you already got the year-end review, buddy. I sent it to you yesterday, but I'll make sure you have it in our coaching call tomorrow. But guys, you have to track all these numbers. Next, number 16, competitive analysis and market position. Who are your top 3 competitors? And I'm not talking about brokerages. I'm talking about who are the top 3 agents you're going to hunt down in your market. What are they doing better than you are? Or are you kicking their trash? And if you're kicking their trash, you need to find 3 more that's bigger than you. Guys, if you're in a brokerage where you're the top dog and you're not killing it, get out of that brokerage. Get around people that are way more successful than you are, people that are putting 3-4 under contract a week, and then find out what they're doing and don't settle for less than that. Have high competitors that you can chase to push. How do you differentiate yourself between these guys? You need to make sure that you're pushing yourself and comparing yourself to people that are better than you to help you get better, and then drive, and you will push and be more successful. Okay, next. 17, what's your work-life balance? And what is your burnout prevention? What are you doing? What are you planning? And I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, but what did you do in 2025 to keep from burning out? How many trips did you take? How much money did you make? How hard did you work during times when it was work time? How much time did you spend with your family? Everybody that's ever watched my channel, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, any of my channels here, subscribe now. You will know that my biggest things in life is family and God. That is what money is about, is saving and having enough money to give back to God all the time that I need to, and to take care of my family. So when I look at this, how did I rate? How hard did I work to provide for my family and to be able to give back to God? And if I didn't work hard enough, how hard do I need to work without burning out and still putting those 2 people above everything else to provide the lifestyle that I want them to have forever? You need to track that and make sure you're very good. And I do a whole training on this work-life balance because it's so important. And everybody has to be bought in. And everybody has to feel special. I take my wife on a trip every year. In fact, we're going to the Cook Islands here in about 2 months. I have to take and make every one of them feel special, loved, needed, and give them time. If not, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you're not going to fail. The biggest failure in life you could ever have is in the home. So don't let that happen. Next, number 18, technology and automation. What tech are you using? What tech has been effective for you? What did you use a lot? What holes do you have in technology? Do you realize how much AI is working out there right now that can help you blow up your business? Guys, it's massive. So if you're not using tech and automation opportunities, you really got to look at what 2025 was like, how you could feel that in 2026 with automation, and then track it. Because there's lots of opportunity out there. Number 19, customer success stories and testimonials. How many of you guys went back to your clients and got success stories? How many of you guys had them put it in writing for you? Where did you put those? How did you use those in 2025 to boost your business, to build more business? How will you in 2026 if you did not? Testimonials and reviews are massive. I closed 2 clients just last week, a little over $1 million in business. First thing I did was post them all over my social media pages. And I reached out to my client. I had them post right below it of what their experience was like working with me. And then I got all of their friends that just saw that I did work with this client and that they were super happy with it. And it was exposed to lots of different people. So guys, go use your experiences, your customer service, your talents that help you make a lot of money to make you more money in the future. Don't just let those customer reviews and their client stories sit to the wayside. Okay, last one. And this is probably one of the most important ones. And I'm going to do a whole nother live section on this. Notice I'm covering this all in 30 minutes. That's the goal. We're right on track. Which this should take you weeks to get all of this dialed in and be very detail oriented in what you want to do with this. But number 20 is your vision board and your action plan for 2026. You should have a very, very dialed in vision board. You should know what you want to accomplish. It should be a picture collage, something like this, okay, of what you want to accomplish, how you want to accomplish it, what you're going to do to get there, and then spell out the action plan and then track it. Hold yourself accountable and build, grow, achieve, and win. Guys, I'm excited to get in here, to work hard with you guys. I love this big group that we've had. I've had a lot of people reach out just with success they've had from the program. That makes me very, very happy. I look forward to working with a bunch more of you. We've added a whole bunch of new products and services. So if you haven't been to the website, go check it out. We also just added a bunch of bundle courses where I'm making it way affordable to get my courses. I've written 5 or 6 new ones recently, and I bundled them up for $5.99. I think you're getting every course I have available, which is about a $1,500 discount if you buy them all at once. So guys, jump onto my website, check it out, but go into the year swinging. Go in as if your life depends on it. Go hit your goals fast. One other thing that we're doing that's incredible, this summer we're starting up a door-to-door sales program, which I will be running. And we will have guys out knocking for 8 hours a day as a group. There's girls doing it as well. So if you need that culture, if you need that commitment, we're going to do some crazy incentives. You're going to see a lot of production. You're going to see me out knocking with people. My new coaching plan that has me flying out to your city. I'm going to record some of these videos walking down the street with my coaching clients. You're going to see the production and the progression of this program and what we're doing. And I'm so excited to have you guys be a part of that. So make sure if this is an interest to you at all and you're ready to go to that next level, reach out to us. If you're ready to get into a team, not pay for coaching, but get into a team and save on splits, another opportunity. I'd love to have you. We can get you in that door-to-door knocking program. We can set you on a schedule. You can do what everybody else does, report your numbers daily as a head coach would have you do, and go build a massive business. Guys, if you have any questions, type them in the comments right now for me. but we're going to wrap up here. I appreciate you being on and super excited for 2026. I hope you guys are as well. Any questions? Go ahead and throw those on. If not, we're going to wrap up. Okay, guys. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you here on some more lives and chatting with you more. Have a fabulous night, and we'll talk soon.